Welcome back to Matriarchs of the Wilderness, the women who built New France. In our previous episodes, we journeyed with the king's daughters and explored the vital roles of indigenous women in the nascent colony. Now, in our sixth installment, we turn our attention to the bustling heart of the fur trade, the settlement of Ville-Marie, the future city of Montreal. Here, amidst the mud and timber streets, a new kind of power was quietly taking root, wielded not by soldiers or governors, but by a remarkable group of determined women. The year is 1675. A husband, a coureur des bois, packs his canoe with supplies, his gaze fixed on the vast wilderness stretching beyond the St. Lawrence River. He will be gone for months, perhaps even a year, seeking the beaver pelts that are the lifeblood of New France. He leaves behind not a helpless wife waiting idly for his return, but a capable partner, a manager, and in every sense of the word, a businesswoman. These were the merchants of Ville-Marie. While their men ventured into the pays d'un haut, these women stayed behind to run the show. Life in early Montreal was a precarious balance of opportunity and hardship. The settlement was a frontier outpost, a hub for the fur trade, and a place where fortunes could be made and lost with startling speed. The economy was overwhelmingly dependent on trade with indigenous nations, and the men who engaged in it were often illiterate voyageurs and traders. They possessed the rugged skills needed for wilderness survival, but frequently lacked the literacy and numeracy required for complex business transactions. This is where their wives stepped in, transforming the domestic sphere into a commercial one. A typical shop in Ville-Marie was often the family home's front room. Here, a merchant's wife would manage the inventory: kegs of brandy, rolls of woolen cloth, iron pots, musket balls, and colorful glass beads. She was the one who could read the shipping manifests arriving from La Rochelle, calculate profits, and extend credit to neighbors and indigenous trading partners. Figures such as Agathe de Saint-Père were pioneers in this field. Not only did she manage her husband's extensive trade interests, but she also established her own textile enterprises, experimenting with local dyes and fibers to create uniquely Canadian products. She wasn't just maintaining a business, she was innovating. These women became essential figures in the local economy. They were often more permanent and reliable than their itinerant husbands. They built relationships of trust with their customers, including the Haudenosaunee and Algonquin traders who visited Ville-Marie. A woman like Jeanne Mance, a co-founder of Montreal and administrator of its first hospital, Hotel Dieu, set a powerful precedent. She managed land, finances, and supplies with an authority that few men could rival. Her leadership demonstrated that a woman's administrative skills were indispensable to the colony's survival. The merchants who followed in her wake similarly navigated this male-dominated world with shrewdness and resilience. They acted as legal agents for their absent husbands, signing contracts and appearing in court to settle debts. They were, in essence, the colony's first female entrepreneurs. Their influence went beyond simple commerce. By managing the flow of goods and credit, these women shaped the settlement's material culture. They decided which luxuries would be imported, which necessities would be stocked, and what prices they would command. They were the stable centers of a society in constant motion, the anchors that kept the community of Ville-Marie grounded and functioning. While the men were chasing furs in the wilderness, these women were laying the commercial and social foundations of one of North America's greatest cities. They were not just keeping shop, they were building an economy. The stories of these enterprising women offer a powerful counter-narrative to the traditional histories that focus solely on male explorers and officials. They reveal a world where gender roles were more fluid and pragmatic than we often imagine. In the harsh reality of New France, skill and competence mattered more than convention. These merchant women of Ville-Marie were true matriarchs of the wilderness, whose contributions were as vital as any fort built or river navigated. This exploration of our shared past is inspired by the rich, historical detail found in the literary historical fiction of Sharon DesRuisseaux. Her novel, which also inspired our channel's name, The Point of No Return, delves deep into this fascinating era. If you're captivated by these stories of courage and resilience, you can find The Point of No Return on Audible and Amazon. Thank you for joining us, and be sure to tune in for our next episode, Trials of the Spirit, Survival and Resilience. We will learn more about the trials and hardships of the fledgling colony.